Three, two, one. Why do I feel like this podcast is going to be the one from hell? What's up, Yuli? How's it going, man?
How's it going, Gill? It's going pretty good on my end, man.
What's up? So, as you can tell, this is a virtual, not really, but phone call type of thing today. And I got Yuli on the line on the Mind Buzz Studio phone call line. And thanks for jumping in.
No
These
problem, dude. Thank you for inviting me. And just to let everybody know, I apologize if it sounds bad. We're trying our best here. So if it sounds bad, don't blame Gil and don't blame me. Just blame the universe.
No, we can't blame the universe because, yeah, we can blame the universe. Let's go ahead and do that
Yeah.
one because, I don't know, just because. Dude, fucking technology, man. So I got in, the last episode I did was with Eddie. That went pretty smooth, kind of, not really, but OBS kind of has been giving me problems for the past couple days. And
Mm-hmm.
now this, I got a new laptop that I'm still trying to figure it out, and it's overwhelming because you can have like four fucking different displays, and I really don't understand the display preferences and stuff. Not yet, but it was just challenging. It was just really challenging just to get this on, but never mind my bitching. We're done with bitching for today. As you can tell, my eye is a lot better today. You see, there it is right there. And hopefully this thing is going to go back on YouTube. So this is a episode from hell. So
The episode from hell.
the episode
So
from hell. What's
what
up?
happened to your eye? I didn't know about your eye. What happened to your eye?
A couple of days ago, I woke up with it just like swollen. No, I want to say like a week ago. It was like there was some pain in there, but not really like redness, soreness. And then I kind of like progressed to last Wednesday to Thursday, and then I was just progressing, getting fatter and fatter and fatter. My eyelid was essentially gaining an erection.
Oh shit.
That's what it felt like. It felt like it was just bulgy. It was red. It was bulbous. It was pulsating very hard into my eye, and I mean, it was just painful. And then by last Saturday, it was just full on fat, ready to come, ready to go. And then Sunday I kind of like dwindled down. Monday was okay. Actually Monday I went into, and then I found out that my health insurance is a piece of crap. So I had to pay everything out of pocket at the doctor visit. And when I got to the clinic, this is what's fucked up. My eye is completely fucked up, and I was telling the guy, I was like, "Hey, like, can you?" Um, First of all, I was trying to make an appointment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying, he was like, "Oh, did you make an appointment, or are you here for as a walk-in?" I'm like, "I'm here as a walk-in," and he was like, "Oh, well, you need an appointment." So I asked him, "You need an appointment for a walk-in?" Like that doesn't make sense. Like if it's a walk-in, then you're a walk-in patient coming in to look at
Exactly.
something that's an emergency, right? Well, it wasn't a really emergency, but however, um, I don't know, dude. It was the whole idea was freaking messed up. That was Monday. I made an appointment for today. Today's Wednesday, and I get there and no more than 10 minutes he was like, "Oh yeah, you have a sty. You're the sty guy in your eye. So
That's
I'm put this
fine.
put this ointment on and go bye-bye." And that was it, dude. But I mean, I've had styes before. This didn't feel like a sty because they hurt. This one didn't hurt.
Mhm.
And but yeah, my eye is getting better. It was really fat. It looked like I was in a boxing match with Mike Tyson. But it was okay. Now I'm good. I can see now.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good that you can finally see clearly now that the sty is gone.
I can see clearly now the sty is gone. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for asking, dude. And whoever, I mean, that didn't need to be that long, but that was my
Well, I mean,
experience with
yeah.
the sty.
I mean, you gave some information just in case people are scared enough to ask you. Like, I don't want to ask you what's wrong with his eye, but I don't want to be nosy. Well,
Yeah.
at least let this guy asked him, and now I know.
Right. But I mean, there's so many things along with the sty. I think there's like this one thing where sties are, you get sties when you look at a dog taking a dump. You ever heard of that one?
Yeah, I heard about that myth before.
Yeah. Total myth, because I don't think there was I don't remember looking at
Dog
dogs
shit.
taking dumps.
Yeah, I
So
remember my dad telling me about that. He was like, "Don't look at a dog taking a shit because your eyes look at." And I'm like, "I look at dogs taking shit all the time." I was like, you know, I gotta make
yeah.
sure my dog's taking a shit because my dog likes to be an asshole. And like, I'll take her out to go, do the restroom, and she's a big chicken, so I'm taking her to go to the restroom, and she'll like crouch down, and then like she's done, and I'm like, bro, you didn't even take a shit. And I was like, I have to look and make sure she takes a shit.
Yeah, you
So
have to look, right? Is it one
yeah,
of
like
those dogs that you have to wipe?
no,
Do you wipe your dog?
no, that's too white for my taste.
Oh, okay. Okay, just we're just gonna, I just have to check that out to see
Yeah,
if that.
I think my ancestors will come and haunt me if they found out I was wiping my dog's ass
Yeah,
after he takes a shit.
they really?
So, yeah. Oh, before we get any further, happy Hispanic Heritage Month, Gil.
Is that what it is today? Or today, this
Yes.
month?
Oh, this whole month it started last Thursday. So
Happy Latino Heritage Month.
Latinx month.
But wait, hold on. Is it Hispanic heritage or Latino heritage?
It's all the same. It's including everybody.
Or Chicano heritage? Because they're
It's everyone. It's we call it Hispanic Heritage, but they include everybody. The Guatemalans, the
it's
Peruvians, the
inclusive.
Puerto Rican. It's inclusive.
This is an
It's like
inclusive month.
Latinx, but not as offensive. So
Okay. Well, happy Brown Month. Can we just call it
there we go.
Brown Month?
We can just call it Brown Month. We're all brown. So
We're brown. Some of us may be white, but that just means that they spent their ancestors just had a little bit more to do with conquering Latin America.
exactly.
But you're
Exactly.
Mexican. But you're still Mexican.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Brown as can be.
Yeah. But yeah, happy whatever the fuck that is.
Whatever the fuck.
Well, if you're gonna be inclusive, like is it Latin? I mean, what's the difference between Hispanic and Latino? Is it the
I
same or is it different?
I think it's different, but I mean, if you ask certain people like Jose or Flo,
Mm-hmm.
they'll tell you the difference. But whatever white guy made up this holiday 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, whatever, however long it was, he was just like, look, we're just going to put them all in one group and we're going to call them Hispanics.
Can we get the day
So
off at least?
I wish we would get the whole month off, but sadly, we have to go and keep working because if we don't, then the infrastructure of America will crumble.
Absolutely, I think so, and that would happen because you got
Yeah,
cooks. I mean, you got Mexicans, Latinos, you got Chicanos back in the line. Even it's a sushi restaurant, but the
exactly.
whole fucking kitchen is made of Hispanics. It could be a Chinese restaurant, but lo and behold, you go to the kitchen because you're trying to use the restroom, and there's a whole bunch of brown people in the back. Where we are America's chefs, we dominate the hospitality industry, no doubt about it.
Oh, for sure, dude. And if one Hispanic takes a day off, Samantha at Chipotle is going to be like, "Oh my God, Rosita didn't show up today, so I
Hmm.
couldn't get my burrito with carne asada.
I could totally. I tasted that vocal fry.
Yes, because apparently both you and I are vocal fry people.
Vocal fries.
Vocal fries.
Dude, we should make some fucking branding merch. We should make some merch that says I am proud. Vocal fry and proud. Or proud of my vocal fry. And then we'll have our own flag. We will be vocal fry people or person. Vocal fry person. VFP.
We'll have to be recognized and make sure that President Biden notices us because
yes.
damn well we deserve to be recognized.
Yes, we do. We are the minority in English establishment of vocabulary. Okay? We have been left behind for the past century. Now it's our time for inclusiveness for the vocal fry people, okay? And vocal fry people, we want our groove back. We're trying to get our groove back into America. And if Hispanic heritage is going to have their own month, then I think vocal fry people should have their own month as well. Right?
I mean, I swear to God, I mean, we live in America where there's a new fucking minority every month. So, I mean, might as well join the group, the vocal fry group.
It's only fair. Okay.
It's only fair we should get our own rights, our own flag.
Absolutely.
Damn it. Acknowledge me.
Yes.
But no, I thought that was funny when Jose said that we had vocal fry. And I actually talked to him today about that.
What do you say?
He's like, yeah, you do. You both. I was like, I don't notice it, dude. I'm like, I seriously don't notice it. He's like, yeah. He's like, y'all both do. I was like, I always thought that was just a SoCal thing. Like people just like talk like that, just like chill, you know? But I guess I was wrong.
Oh, so it's like what kind of thing is it then?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like we just talk normal. I mean, I don't
think so,
because I've never like talked like that where I sound like stupid and ignorant and like I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I'm pretty sure I've never sounded like that before. But I don't know. Maybe Jose is on to something I don't know. Maybe he knows me more better than I do.
I feel like he does know people on a different level than they know themselves. Like I feel like he has like a 6th, 7th, 8th sense on certain
I'm pretty sure
things.
he does. I'm pretty sure he has a sixth sense about everybody. And he was like, "You're a bitch. You have vocal fry, and you like to pose as you're the number 2 podcast in LA."
Yeah. Do you know when like voting is up for that again?
Honestly, I do not know. I don't live in.
Why am I asking?
Los Angeles.
Why am I asking you?
Did you did you know that somebody voted for me? Actually, voted for the podcast for that.
For LA, that's weird.
Yeah, when they were doing that whole thing, there was like 4 or 5 people that voted for me, and I told them, "Thank you for your vote, but I don't live in Los Angeles." They're like, "Oh shit, we didn't know," and I'm like, "Well, shit. What if I would have got nominated number 2 podcast in LA, and I don't even live there?" Oh my gosh, that'd be hilarious.
How terrible would that be if you would have got like 3rd place or something?
3rd place is not bad. I wouldn't
saying
complain.
like a podcast that is not even in the state. Like how bad would the other podcasts have to be?
Fuck, that had to be horrible. But I mean, you had some heavy hitters like Andy from Profile Pod and somebody else. I don't know. I just know Andy. That's it. He was on that list.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, he was. I think he was ranked.
Who else was on there? Do you know?
I don't remember. I would have to go back and look and see. But I know someone that we know was on there, and he ended up becoming number 2, which is cool. I mean, cool for him. You know, I guess that's a nice little award.
Yeah. All right. I think I'm back. I had to do some little fucking thing, but all right. I'm back in the video, guys. Back in black, hitting the Inside the North sack.
The North Side. Oh my gosh, I had to tell Whiskey J, I'm like, hey, this is a joke only between us. If you start hearing other people say it, shut that shit down.
Yeah.
Because this is only between a few of us, and we all know it's a joke. And I told them too, I'm like, look, guys, I'm afraid that if you keep saying this, other people are gonna know me by this name, and that's gonna be my name forever.
I don't agree with that. I don't think that should be the case. I think we should just squash it now, and it should just be something amongst whoever you want it to be.
Because one of these days when President Biden is, if he's still there after his 7th term, it's gonna be like, you're inside the nutsack. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
It's like, should have changed this 30 years ago. Now I get fucking president calling me inside the nutsack.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, President Joe Rogan, my bad. Why did I say Joe Biden? Joe Rogan.
President Joe Rogan.
President Joe Rogan and Jamie's VP.
I don't think, I don't know. I don't think Jamie would strike me as a vice president, because I don't see him standing in for Rogan on the podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're right. I didn't even think that one through.
You didn't. Why do people come on podcasts and just talk out of their ass?
Maybe because our mouths kind of look like asses.
Maybe. I heard that. The skin inside our cheeks are this. It's like the same type of skin that's in a vagina or something like that. I heard it.
Really?
Yeah.
Give me about 5 minutes. I'll be right back. No, I'm just joking.
5 minutes. Give me 45 minutes and I'll be right back.
Why does nobody believe me?
I believe you. No, I believe you. They do not. I believe you, because it's possible. These guys don't know how to handle themselves.
Okay, so since I'm on here to defend myself now, just a quick answer, to that. So I dated this girl back in high school. It wasn't really dating, but we met after I graduated. We both consensually agreed to have sex with each other, and I just wasn't like, I had no feelings for her. I had no attraction to her, and yeah, so when we had sex, I really couldn't, like, I was into it, but I couldn't perform at the highest level. So I was just like, okay, well, is this it? She was actually my first. So
wait, hold on. So are you saying that your first time was 45 minutes? Okay, I call bullshit on that one.
Okay, no, yes, my first time was actually 30 minutes. The third time I did it was
30 minutes. You're misinterpreting minutes for seconds.
No. Okay, so I did it. I had sex with her 3 times that one day. So I thought, okay, something must be wrong with me because I can't ejaculate. So I went for a very long time, about 30 minutes, and nothing happened. So I was like, okay. And then I waited about another 20 minutes, and then I was like, hey, do you want to do it again? She was like, okay. So we did it again. That was for 45 minutes. And
okay, let me break this down, because this is what we do on this podcast. So the first time was how many minutes?
About 30 minutes.
The same day, right?
The first time, the same day.
First time, same day was 30 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. And then how long was the break period, intermission, before you started the second session?
It had to be like 30 minutes or like an hour.
Okay. So your retraction period is about 30 minutes to an hour. We'll just say 45 minutes. And then you did another 45 minutes straight pumping. No,
Seriously, like the straight pumping, no anything. She did not give any head, so obviously, that might have helped in that situation. But like I said, I really wasn't attracted to that girl at all because it was just sex, and I just didn't have any feelings for her. So, and I went straight 45, and then after a while we stopped and we watched a movie. And then the third time I had sex with her, it was a little bit longer than that.
okay.
And I had to actually think about other women while I was having sex with her in order for me
It's terrible.
to finish. Yeah, it was terrible. I've never told her. Hopefully she never hears this episode. But if
She's
she
gonna hear
does,
She's going to hear
she
it.
does.
I have thousands of fans, maybe even millions. I don't know how far Buzzsprout goes
Buzzsprout.
to the world in my analytics, but
I don't know.
there's thousands, and
I don't know.
she may be a listener. We don't know.
I would be surprised if she was one of your listeners, but not a listener of mine.
I probably wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
She was like, this Mind Buzz guy is pretty good. This other guy here kind of sucks, but that's because I had sex with him.
Yeah, he only sucks because I only have sex with sucky guys. Like, I only have sex with losers. So
You know what I think helped me finish the third time? I think it was Waterboy that helped me finish. I just got inspired.
Vicky Valancourt.
Vicky Valancourt.
Mm-hmm. I
I'm
bet
gonna
you.
say that,
I bet you. Yeah, I mean, Vicky Valancourt usually helps me finish. Or Kathy Bates. Kathy Bates definitely makes me finish.
Maybe a younger Kathy Bates, yeah. I wouldn't deny that.
Older, younger, it doesn't matter. It's all the same Kathy Bates. I see. Look at. I bet if Whiskey J and Chris thought about Kathy Bates and Vicky Valancourt, maybe even Adam Sandler, they're going to be able to last 45 minutes or maybe even 30 minutes. Because I mean, come on. Like, I was totally with you on that one. Like, 45 minutes is yes. Like, there's an hour, yes. I mean, it is possible. It is possible it's just possible. It is. And I'm just saying this out of experience.
I don't know. It was my first time. So, I mean, maybe it is just how it was supposed to be. I don't know. I mean, now it's a little bit different. I'm a little bit older. It's a little bit harder to hold on to those urges because it's like, damn.
Gotcha.
You just start thinking about, that instead of sometimes I used to think about my day and I'm like, damn, what am I going to do tomorrow? And then
during sex,
sometimes
you're thinking about your agenda during intercourse. That's terrible.
Look, Gill, I'm the number 2 podcaster in Northside. I have to multitask while I'm having sex. I have to, think about my schedule and also write down notes on my phone while I'm pumping, somebody.
Somebody?
While I'm pumping some woman. Somebody, who knows?
A vocal fry person?
It's like, hit me harder.
National Hispanic Heritage Month. Okay, I see that you posted that on your Instagram. Happy Hispanic Heritage Month, mi gente. Let's celebrate each other and come together as one to show love to our many different cultures. We are a proud and beautiful people. That was nice.
I was like, they can't deport us all.
Yeah, you should have put that at the end. Heritage. Hispanic Heritage Month. Let's get to the bottom of this because what is it? All right, so National Hispanic Heritage Month 2022 in the United States began on Thursday, September 15th and will end on Saturday, October 15th. All right. So it's a full month. That's kind of weird. Like, I want to know why the dates are set up that way. Like, in the middle of the
In
month.
the middle of the month,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's
weird.
really weird. It is really weird. I don't know. It was whoever white person thought that was a good idea. So
Okay, so this has nothing to do with that. There's themes. People also ask, what is the Hispanic Heritage Month theme for 2022? Unidos, inclusivity for a stronger nation. Please join the Hispanic and Latino community in observing National Hispanic Heritage Month from September 15th to October 15th. This year's theme is Unidos. Our diversity is our strength, and our contributions to the culture, the economy, and the economy and the future, because we make the money and we like to spend. We like to spend. Sometimes, I mean, first generation here, maybe, I don't know, it just depends like where you fall on what type of Chicano you are. You know what I mean?
yeah.
If you like to spend or not. Because I know Latinos and Chicanos that don't. They're penny pinchers. For me, I fucking go balls out. I think I have a problem. I definitely have a spending problem. And I think I do. My therapy, we're working on that. But anyways, the economy and the future of our nation cannot be denied. Oh my God. White people are crazy.
No, I agree that we are in the economy. We, the ones that are out there working hard, and then when we get our paycheck, we blow it on Modelo.
Mm-hmm. Modelo, Linas.
And if you're Whiskey J, cocaine.
Yeah, that's what I say. We gotta have Linas. You gotta have something, craft beer.
And
So
if you're Gill, some mushrooms.
there we go. You know me so well. So in an ordinance of national of Hispanic Heritage Month for 2022, I'm only gonna be talking to white people for that month. So if you're Latino, you're not gonna be allowed on the podcast. We could do that one.
Well, you're just gonna be racist for a whole month.
We could do that one.
I'm surprised that's not a thing. Not yet. National racism.
Look at this. That's the thing, dude. So we're coming up with new things for Hispanic Heritage Month. I won't be interviewing or talking to any Hispanic on this podcast. Imagine that. That'd be fucking wild.
They're like, what the fuck? I'd be like absurd. I'm like,
yeah. I bet you somebody's gonna go on YouTube, or they're gonna listen to this podcast, clip that, and then they're gonna make it go viral, and they're gonna be like, "Look at this guy is completely racist."
with this swollen eye.
Yeah, this Asian dude that looks like he just got punched is Hispanic. I mean, is racist against Hispanics, but that would be my idea. And this is just all for fun and games and stuff. So
I will let the committee know, and we will talk about it for next year.
Can we?
I think we can. I mean, I know some people.
Can we put that in the suggestion box?
I think so. We'll go on the Latino Organizations of America and put, hey, look, we need to have a month during Hispanic Heritage Month where we only talk to white people.
There we go. And let's not just be, we can be inclusive for Hispanic Heritage Month. Maybe we don't just talk to white people, but we talk to white people, we talk to African Americans, we talk to Asian Americans, everybody except Hispanics.
That'd be so difficult. That'd be so difficult, especially in LA. I feel like that would be like the most difficult thing in LA because everywhere you turn, there's a Hispanic person.
Yeah, it's like, Gill, you haven't put any content in like a month. Like, what's the deal? You know,
which was funny because when I was in LA, I did see Hispanic people, but I saw mainly a lot more white people.
in LA.
Yeah,
Interesting.
very interesting.
But what area were you in?
This was when I was in Venice.
Oh yeah, Venice is yeah. No, I can see that. Okay,
Dude,
Venice.
it was so absurd when I was out there in LA, which is because when I went to Venice Beach, I drove around. I went to Long Beach. I went to Gardenia for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all that was sunny, but until I got to like Venice Beach, and it was like kind of gray and dull. I was like, why is it gray and dull over here, and over there on that side it's sunny and bright? But I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of weird. I don't know if you can answer this question, Gil, but the water in Venice Beach smells like shit. What the fuck's up with that?
It smells like shit.
It smells like a Vietnamese fish market.
Um, maybe because most of the fish that Asians eat are from Venice.
Hmm.
That could be it. I mean, I'm just speculating at this point. Um,
I don't know.
however,
My buddy was like, "Well, they do a lot of fishing around there," and I was like, "In Venice Beach?" He's like, "Yeah, there
y-
might be a lot of like, I guess, fish like factories or something."
you
I
know
was
what
like,
it is? It's probably all those Venice Beach women skinny dipping
"Ooh,
and all their extremities gets washed off into the water.
I never saw anybody get in the water when I was there either."
Really?
Yes, and apparently that's a thing.
Going to the beach and not going to the water?
Yeah, that's because I read somewhere on some Reddit forum, and someone was like, "Yeah, the people in Venice don't go in their water at Venice Beach." I was like, "Yeah, I noticed nobody was in the water when I was over there. That's kind of weird."
Yeah. Well, there's plenty of other things to do in Venice Beach besides go to the water. I mean, you got the boardwalk, you got those little restaurants, you got those bars. I mean, there's plenty of other things to do besides going to fish stinky water.
Yeah, I ran into Jamaica's number one rapper, actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so he came up to me. He was like, "Hey man, how you doing?" I'm gonna do my accents because I'm cool like that. He was
Go
like, "How
for it.
you doing, brother?" I was like, "I'm doing good." And he was like, "What's your name? What's your name?" I said, "My name's John," just because I didn't want to give my full name because he might know me from Inside the Northside or something. I don't want
Absolutely.
these people. So I was like, "My name's John." He's like, "All right, big boy John," and I was
Damn.
like, "Okay."
He fat
He
shamed you
get
too?
he he pulls out a CD that's already been written on. So I'm like, okay, I know where this is going. So he's like, Big Boy John. And I was like, oh, thanks. And he was like, he's like, that'd be $5. I was like, $5? I thought it was Big Boy John. I thought you were giving this for free.
Right.
He's like, no, brother. He's like, you got to help me out, man. And
Damn.
this guy comes out of nowhere. He's like, this is the number one artist in Jamaica. I was like, what is he doing in Venice Beach? And I was like, nah, bro, I don't want this. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, nah. I said, I'll follow you on Instagram. And he was like, I don't got an Instagram. I was like,
Uh,
okay, then. See you later.
do you remember his name, dude? I want to look this guy up.
I don't remember his name. But he's like, do you have a Cash
Uli.
App? I was like, nope. He's like, do you have a Venmo? Nope. Do you have a credit card? Nope. Do you have a bank account?
Damn,
Nope.
do you have anything?
I have these 4 loaves and 2 fish. This is all I have. I got this from Venice Beach.
Wow.
Some person just left their food out on the sand, and this is what I have to offer you, sir. So no, I don't remember his name, but yeah, dude, my time at Venice Beach was pretty wild, man. It was. I wish I had my equipment so I could have done an episode of like post trip LA, like everything that I did and everything that I saw and stuff like that. Because it was pretty fun. I had a really great time in LA. There was some funny stuff that I saw. There's some crazy things that I saw. And, it was really good. I had a great time in LA.
I'm happy you did because every time I go to LA, I don't have such a good time. And I live
He's like,
here.
my car gets broken
And
into.
I live
He's
here.
like, I get fucking flipped off.
No,
He's
it's
like, I end up in the wrong side of the street.
no, it's good. I'm just joking about that, but
Yeah.
most of the time
Well,
I have a good
yeah. I'm
time.
supposed to go. Oh, I'm planning on going back next June, actually. So,
Next June,
yeah. So
May,
I'm
June.
only gonna
Okay.
be there for like a couple days, though. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm thinking of hanging out with the Rambling crew since they didn't get me on their show,
Mm.
and I was actually thinking about going to a Dodger game.
Mm.
So,
Okay.
you and I we can go take that Dodger bus like we talked about last time and
I'm down for that one.
see what ex player is
Yeah.
going to take us to Dodger Stadium.
Yeah, let me know, dude. We can do like a mind buzz thing when you're down
That'd be
here.
pretty fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Dodgers are playing the Astros that weekend. I'm going, so that's why I was like, yeah, fuck it. It'd be pretty fun to go and check out another stadium and hopefully not get my ass beat.
Yeah, we'll have you, Chris, Whiskey J, Ramos, and I don't know who else. If I could fit you guys all in here, I don't. I'm working on making the space a little bit larger.
Mm-hmm.
At least the guest side, because my side is pretty, set. It's the guest side. If I'm gonna have more people, live, but that's neither here or there or north
We
or
can always
in.
put somebody in the restroom just in case.
We can
Put a
absolutely,
camera in the restroom and then have two of the other guys in the kitchen.
yeah. I also thought about like bringing like a table, too,
Mm-hmm.
doing like a table thing, like everybody else
Ooh.
does in their mama in the podcast world.
Let's all bring a table and we'll just set it up and
No, but I mean like a actual table,
like a round table kind of,
not
or
around like a long rectangle one.
okay, like the was it the plastic tables?
Sure. Well, it would be wooden, but
Okay,
plastic's
okay,
fine.
so Beatles wouldn't. Okay, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm just rounding off fucking different types of tables and different
You're like
sizes and
round
different.
table, triangle table, rectangle table,
An obtuse tangle.
square table, house table. But
Coffee table.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I mean, that's the plan. So you said June, right?
Yeah, I think from what I remember, it's they should be like June. I'm thinking of June 22nd to the 25th.
Okay.
So it's just gonna be like for a couple days.
Okay, so that's
Uh,
towards the end of the month. Okay.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
towards the end of the month.
gotcha.
I thought it'd be probably be a little bit better in June. So, but I
uh,
don't know.
no, that's fine. I'm all for it.
So
Well,
hopefully I have to pawn my stuff again, so I can get a plane ticket.
it's plausible. I feel like I'm like Alec Jones,
You guys literally
coming
were
up
like
with this
talking about it
theory.
for like 30 minutes, which was
It wasn't
hilarious.
30 minutes. You're
Well,
exaggerating.
okay, it was 35 minutes. And I'm playing. It was like a good like 10, 15 minutes of you guys like, okay, so this is the thing. He sold his laptop and I was like, what? I literally was just sitting in the truck like, what the fuck's going on?
What is
And these
happening
guys
right
literally
now?
having a conspiracy theory about how I got to LA.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is fun. This is great. Hopefully other listeners were listening to this and like, did you really pawn your stuff to come to LA? Oh
See,
my gosh.
I want to go to Houston now. I think we should visit Houston.
Well,
What do you
yeah, I
think?
mean, I think you would like it here. I mean, you have to come at a certain time of the year where it's not as hot, but it's still gorgeous. March is a really good time. It's not as hot, it's not as cold. It's really perfect. It's springtime. There's a lot more stuff to do. It's spring break. So, I mean, Houston's gorgeous. Just sometimes during the year it's hot as fuck, and then you got hurricanes, and then you got thunderstorms, and then you have flooding, and then you have so many other things. But yeah, you guys should totally come. That'd be really fun and exciting. I could show you guys around the city and take you to bars and restaurants and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. Not treat us, but
Yeah,
show
I
us
would.
around.
I'll definitely tell you guys.
Let's paint the town red
We'll paint it blue.
and white and
Why
blue.
red and white?
Red,
We'll
white,
just.
and blue.
Oh, there we. Oh, there we
Yeah.
go.
We
Red,
should
white,
go
and blue.
for Hispanic Heritage Month. Just pick a random day in the month or a random day in the middle of the month in September. Yeah.
In September. Hey, look, let's go to Houston. Hispanic Heritage Month. I heard it's popping. All the baddies are out there.
Are they really?
Let's do it. No. I mean, well, yes, there are. There's a lot of gorgeous women out here. So, I mean, you can have your taste of whatever you like. There's black, there's white, there's brown, there's Asian. There's a lot of Asians out here.
We gotta have.
Too.
Well, you remember you listened to the podcast episode with Whiskey J and Chris, so we have to have some inclusivity with Chris and what he likes. So hopefully there's some trans women out in Houston for Chris from the Kickback Podcast LA.
Yeah, there's a whole community. There's a whole part of the city where it's just dedicated to the gay community. Actually,
in
honestly.
Houston.
Yes. So
really.
Yes. So there's a part of town that's called Montrose. It's a small little part of the town of Houston. You go. I think it's on the. So it's kind of close to downtown, and that's where all the gay bars, the gay clubs, it's where everybody's at. All the gay people on every weekend, trans people, cross dressers, they're all in that area. So, and I can say that I've been in Montrose. So,
there we go. Look at Montrose. Montrose is an official offbeat neighborhood known for its gay bars, vintage stores, and electric mix of eateries which range from quaint cafes to Mexican cantinas and Mediterranean bistros. It's also home to hip indie art galleries and Octanangle. Shit, I can't even read that. What is that? What is that? Octagonal? Rothco Chapel? Do you know where that is?
Oh, the Rothco Chapel. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
Rothco Chapel, featuring huge abstract murals by its namesake artist with its downtown skyline views. Eleanor Trinity Park is a popular spot for picnics and sand volleyball.
Actually, the Rothco Chapel is a very beautiful and a very quiet space. I've gone a few times, and it looks weird.
So wait, hold on, wait. Let's explore that because that can be. So are you saying that in the midst of a gay community that there's one quiet chapel?
Yes, actually, yeah, there is. Okay. It's not really like a chapel, like it's ordained to any religious group. It's just called a chapel because when you walk in, there's a bunch of pews, and sometimes you'll find.
I can imagine somebody walking in Montrose, Houston. PU, that is nice. That's a nice one.
There's kind of smell in there sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
Look, Yuli.
Pews.
Look at their PUs. They're so cute. They're gorgeous. I love Montrose.
Yeah, dude, if you really want to go and meditate somewhere and just kind of be alone, that's like the place to go. Like
So
it's
to is that where you go to be alone? You go to Montrose?
no, I
Oh.
don't. Where I go like to be alone, I like
Wait,
to
well
go to.
you're saying it sounded like you were saying that from experience, bro.
Well, I've been in that area before. My ex's best friend is gay, so you know we've gone to the gay clubs before and stuff like that. I've seen him perform because he's also a uh he likes to dress up and he does performances and stuff like that.
Okay. There's nothing wrong
So
with that, by the way. I get dressed
no,
up and I perform.
yeah, he does a really good job. I couldn't even tell that was him because he really looks like a woman,
Oh,
and I
so
was like,
he's a drag queen.
yes, he's a drag queen. So
Gotcha. Okay.
it's one of his side hustles.
Yeah.
He's a drag queen who also makes dresses and does performances and all that.
Okay.
And he also sells weed on the side too. So if you
There we
want to
go.
see a drag show and get high, you can always ask him.
Okay.
So
It's a good concept.
it's a great concept.
Actually, you know what, dude? I'm not gonna lie. I would no, I am this is whoever's listening, and if you know somebody that is a drag queen, definitely send them my contact information because that would be a great conversation to talk to somebody that's a drag queen. And that's not even there's no joke in there, there's no poking fun in there. It's just that's just me. I would want to conversate with anybody and everybody on that.
Yeah,
I
that'd
think that
be
would be a
great.
good conversation.
I would. I actually had him on my podcast maybe a couple years ago, and we talked about like him being a drag queen and like what goes into it. I even asked him too. I was like, "Have you ever like experienced like racism being a drag queen?"
Right?
Because you know,
But
like
wait, hold
I
on.
would just
Whoa. Please tell me you did not rephrase that question like that.
no, that's probably how I asked it. I don't remember, but I'm like, "Have you ever
Really?
experienced like yeah?" Because I asked him because you know, there's white drag queens, there's black drag queens, and you know, most of these guys are either straight or
Got
gay.
it. Okay.
So you
Okay.
can never tell like you know, are they you know, just because you're gay or straight doesn't mean that you can't be racist. So
No,
I asked him, I was like,
right.
have you ever came across that?
Gotcha.
And he's
Oh,
like, no.
okay.
He's like, everyone's you know really cool with each other and stuff like that. That was just my
Oh,
curiosity because
okay.
you know,
So you're asking him if there was any racism within the drag queen community.
yes.
Gotcha. Okay. I would thought you were asking him if he had any like discriminate. I thought that you were phrasing the question to have race discrimination and just gender or whatever the case may be, gender or even I don't even know how to say this, but um I thought you were saying that the gender discrimination and drag queen discrimination or whatever discrimination was parallel to race
Oh no,
discrimination.
no,
That's what I
no.
thought. Okay.
I was just asking, is there racism like what he does? Because you know, you never know. I mean, nobody. There's just questions people don't ask because they're afraid to ask them.
Hmm.
And I was just like, no, man. I was like, have you experienced that? He's like, no. He's like, everyone's cool with each other. You know, nobody's racist as far as I know, or
Yeah.
nobody's like prejudiced or anything like that.
Right.
So, but I mean, it was a good episode. And it was a funny coincidence. Not funny, but it was a coincidence because that was happening during the George Floyd riots, like exactly like the same moment we were recording is when all that stuff was happening.
Oh yeah.
So we talked about that a little bit too. So it was pretty. It was a weird coincidence, like all that stuff happening at the moment you know, we're doing an episode. It was like kind of like not cool. I don't want to say cool, but it was just like, oh, you know, this is happening while we're doing this. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially when there was a lot of that was just a weird time. You remember that? I
Yeah.
remember just being super invested in like there was like a few days out of that whole time period like I would just sit down and watch different news outlets. And I would come to the realization that I was just like, what the heck am I watching? Like, I'm literally watching the current climate of this nation. I don't want to say fall apart, but just like there's a lot. There was just so much going on because it was like and on top of that, we had the pandemic too.
Yeah, it really was a weird time. It's like, hey, look, this is going on, and then this is going on, and then this is going on.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so bad that Walmart had to close its doors early.
Yeah.
They're like, riots? Oh no, we're closing early. I was like, they're gonna come and take advantage of us today.
Absolutely. You don't have to be,
It-
and I'm not afraid to say this, but at the beginning of the podcast, at the beginning of the pandemic, I had this weird like thought about George Floyd, and this is probably the most unpopular opinion in this century, that it was all staged,
Mhm.
that it was faked, that there were actors. That was my first thought, because there was a period in time for myself where I was super invested in conspiracies. I was super invested in not believing anything the government told me. And that was one. That was one that I completely I didn't believe that actually happened. I watched the video several times, and made up this narrative in my mind that this was totally fake. And I don't know when I came to the realization that maybe it wasn't, but there was just so many different, and then that too, like my feed has changed a lot over the past couple of years.
Mhm.
Truth seekers and all those type of QAnon stuff, and yeah, I was heavily into it. It was just
Yeah, and
weird. I don't know. It was
I
just
don't think you're
weird.
the only one. I mean, I feel like Jose might have said something like similar to that in his older episodes, like when I first started listening to him. But yeah, dude, it was really weird. I mean, because here in America, I mean, a lot of other people in different countries are not going to understand, like stuff like this, because we don't see this every day, but you know, we somehow, I guess, well, how can I say that? We experience this almost every day, but when we saw that video, it was kind of like I guess, a standstill moment. And I didn't see the video until later on, like maybe couple weeks later. Like I heard about what went on, but I kind of was like, I have other stuff I have to worry about. I was like solely invested in my podcast because literally when the pandemic started, I was kind of like already chugging along because I had just started the podcast in October. So I was already a few months in, and I was like, all right, um, I can't let this pandemic bother me. And then I was like, okay, well, now this George Floyd thing happened, and I'm like, oh, fuck, it's like, I'm probably going to have to talk about this. And there's an episode that I did with my ex's brother. And I really hate that fucking episode. I don't know why I still have.
Why do you
I
hate it?
hate it. I
Why do you
hate it
hate it?
because
Why do
I
you
hate
hate
it
it?
because I
Why do you
hate
hate
it.
it?
Give me some breathing. I can't breathe, Gill.
Oh god. Oh, come on. Come on.
Um,
You had to.
anyways, no. The reason I hate that
That
episode,
was a cheap shot, by the way. It was clever, but that was a cheap shot.
I had that one in my pocket the whole
You
time.
did. You
Anyway,
die. You're waiting for
I've been
that.
holding
You're
it for 2
waiting.
years.
This joke is gonna work, and it's gonna work.
I
It's
got a
gonna work,
feeling.
honey. Okay. All right. All these open mics that I've been doing, and I have it. I'm just waiting for the right moment. Waiting for the right moment, honey. Okay, so you did this podcast, you hate it, and now what?
Yeah.
Why?
So the reason why I hate it is because my ex-girlfriend's brother, who is super left liberal, he's gay, uh, he pretty much came straight out the gate and attacked me like the whole episode. Like I understand he has his different points of view, and so
Okay, you cut off a little bit. Do you have your different points of view
I'm
on
sorry.
that, and then
Oh,
what?
okay. So I have different points of view than he does because
Okay.
he's a super lefty liberal, and I'm kind of in the middle. So he pretty much like attacked me the whole episode. Pretty much didn't give me any space to talk. He was just like attack, 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 put me in the corner, making me sound like I was the bad guy, right? And once we're done with it, he was like, "Okay, well, I'm leaving. Bye." And I stayed over at my girlfriend's apartment at the time, and I couldn't sleep because it just bothered me so much. Like that episode, like how he just like came out and just attacked me and was made me look bad to the point to where I had guests cancel on me because they heard that episode.
But I don't get like what do you mean? How did he make you look bad?
Like he made me seem. It's kind of hard to explain it because it's been so long since I've listened to that episode. But
Do you know
if you,
what? Do you know which one it is?
it's called. I think it's called "Let Them Fight." It's an older episode. It might be somewhere in the 20s. Um, but yeah, my ex's brother, he's kind of like that person who is an asshole and like will make you seem, and he will make you look like the asshole even though he's the asshole. And it's like reverse psychology. And I'm like, well, what the fuck? I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? Like I literally had to put him in his place um, once before he left to Chicago. He was being a dick to my ex, to his mom and his dad, and I literally like pretty much was like,
Oh,
"Hey,
here we
dude,
go.
you need to." Yeah,
Episode. Dang, 2 hours, almost 3 hours.
yeah, it's a long episode. I really contemplated like releasing it, but I was like, you know what? I'm in this thing. I can't be a pussy. People can agree if they want to agree. People can see me how they see me. But that's just, I guess that's how the podcast game works. And I left it up.
Can you hear that?
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Inside the Northside.
No, I can't.
Greetings. Welcome to the show. We have a very
But yeah, I
special
mean, because
guest
of that
today. He's
episode,
back
I
from the
lost
fucking
like 3
dungeon.
guests that I had lined up.
Okay, he's been in quarantine for like
One was
20
this
fucking days.
local chick who was doing like YouTube vlogs, and she was wanting to get into podcasting. And I was like, hey, I like your stuff. It's interesting. Let's collab. Let's do something together.
Right.
And like, I had her already planned out. I already had the flyers made. And when that episode released, she messaged me like late at night. And she was like, hey, so I'm going to have to back out of this episode because of that
No
episode you just
way.
released.
I don't
Yeah,
believe
no,
you.
like I swear to God, dude, like I I swear on the Bible, bro. She literally was like, I can't do this episode, knowing in good faith that you have these ideas that don't line up with mine, and that I agree with so and so, and
But
uh,
here's the thing. I don't. But why do people do that? Like, why do you have to always agree with somebody to talk to them? That is so
I don't
childish.
I don't understand, dude. Like
That is
I
so
literally
childish.
was.
And I'll make a point right now. You just said, Gil, I will and I'm sorry if this sounds harsh, but you just said Gill, I put it down on the Bible. Well, you doing that means nothing to me, right? But
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and patronize you for that. We are grown adults and we can talk. I mean, that's why we do what we do and have conversations. But I mean, I just don't understand why she would do that. If anything, that would be fuel more to talk to you, to get to know you, to ask you why you think these certain reasons, right?
Exactly. And not to offend anybody with this word, but she was just being a huge cunt. So honestly. But yeah, I don't
Oh my God, I love
it
that
just
word. I love it. I don't know why. I don't know.
I think it's just because it's kind of like it's those words that we don't say here, but in the UK they'll call anybody that, and
They do,
it's
huh?
glorious. But yeah, she was just being a cunt, and um, she obviously wanted to, I guess, take the easy way out, and didn't really want to do this podcast. But like you just said, we both have different agreements. We both have different opinions. Like what I just said, put my hand on the Bible, and that didn't mean anything to you. It means something to me differently.
Yes.
But we were both adults, and we were both like, okay, well, we have to agree to disagree, but that doesn't take anything away from our friendship or anything like that.
Exactly. That doesn't mean like, and we touched on this a little bit with Jose and I. Him and I, we have very different views on certain subjects, right?
Yeah,
But that does not, I mean, we don't let that interfere with uh, camaraderie or friendship that we may have.
exactly, dude. When I was younger, maybe because I was dumb and naive, and maybe I was too much into what I was doing. But now that I got older, I'm like, look, not everybody's going to agree with you. Not everybody's going to believe the same thing as you
Right.
do. But you shouldn't let that get in the way of a friendship that you guys have. I mean, I've made friends, who are atheists, who are, not believers, or this and that. And it's like, it doesn't change the fact that they're still my friends, and I still enjoy hanging out with them and talking with them, regardless of if they believe or not. It's like I can push that aside and focus on what's really important, which is the fellowship and the friendship that I have with them. It's like
Absolutely.
we can agree, disagree, and whatnot. But like that girl, and I forgot her fucking name, but she
It
just
doesn't matter. I mean,
it doesn't matter.
it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant at this point.
I don't even know if she's even blogging anymore. I followed her for like another year, and then I unfollowed her. I think I had told her after that whole message she gave me. I was like, hey,
You should have played that on
well,
the podcast.
she
I
had
would
written
have.
it to me, and I was going to, but I was like, nah, something's gonna happen. I was like, nah, I don't want anything to happen. So,
What is
but I
gonna
told her,
happen?
hey, I don't know. I don't know, dude. This was 2 years ago. I was fresh in the game and
She was gonna get
not
all her
sure.
BLM friends and her Antifa friends after you.
Figure this guy out and try to find out where he lives and destroy his podcast
Yeah,
equipment. Like, no, I just bought this.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, dude, it was insane. I told her, hey, man, I wish you the best of luck. Maybe we'll collaborate in the future. And
yeah.
yeah, even though I was like, no, you can go suck a dick.
I'm gonna get her on the mind buzz. Let's do that. I'm just gonna get all the people that
Get
my
everybody that we all fucking hate.
yes, exactly. I think that am I okay, so if I let me ask you this. If I get somebody that there is so much like there's zero opinion to low opinion about a person to have them on, like is that a reflection of me and my character and the way of other people perceive me if I bring on somebody that they don't like how would that be perceived?
No, I don't
which,
think anybody would. I don't think anybody would see you any differently. I mean,
which I
Joe
mean
Rogan, does that shit. He has people on there that everybody hates.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was one thing that a friend of mine used to say was like, "Oh, I can't believe Joe Rogan will have Ben Shapiro and all those other left or not left, but like right wing people." But I would say, like, dude, he also has left wing woke people on his podcast too. You know, like
yeah.
it doesn't what does it matter? It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is
The content,
the
like, is it a
content.
good?
And
Yeah,
obviously you're not a person that listens to that podcast or listens to that show because you're just taking everything out of context and not even listening to the episode.
exactly. And I think that's why a lot of us kind of have Joe in that like top list of like podcasters we inspire to be, because he literally doesn't give a fuck about, if you're left or right, or you're brown or purple or
Yeah.
agnostic or method. He is like, look, we're just gonna sit here, we're gonna have a drink, we're gonna have a smoke, and we're just gonna talk and have a good time and get to know each other.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's so inspiring, and that's why I love doing podcasting. Like, dude, like literally I thought about it today, because I know we all joke about me rebranding and doing 2.0, but
Right.
this, when I come back, I want to have different people on. Like, I want to have a doctor, I want to have a lawyer, I want to have somebody who's running for, Congress here in Houston, or somebody doing something, and just pick their brain, regardless of if they're uh, a Democrat or Republican, or
Right.
I just want to sit there and just get to talk and get to know people, and just, let them be interesting. Like, I love having podcaster friends, I love having musicians, but I want to go deeper and get to know more, like, just stuff like that. Like, it's Joe Rogan. He has his friends, but he also like has scientists and authors and directors and
Yeah.
just all that. I inspire to do that, and it's like this. When I come back, it's like I want to do that.
Dude, to
You know
do it. Do it. Don't talk about it. You got to be about it, bro.
exactly.
I get honestly, I can't wait for you to come back and
I'm
do this
excited to
stuff.
come back, dude. Like, as soon as my shit comes in, like, I got a plan. I'm not really gonna say the whole plan on here, but like, I'll let you guys know, like, behind the scenes, like, what my plan is when I start coming back, like the first couple episodes. But after that, dude, I'm just gonna start finding some different people, man. Just like, it's gonna be fun, and it's gonna break me out of my comfort zone a little bit, because I might not understand lawyer talk, or I might not understand
But
certain things, but
right.
it's like,
But
I'm willing to learn.
that's the thing, dude. This right there, what you just said, you have to be vulnerable because you have to ask questions. You like when you have people on that, or when you have people on like your show, your podcast, whatever, and you already know them, like you're comfortable with them, and you know their rhythm, and you know what they're gonna talk about. Like you have the relationship already. It is, and you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn it too, man, because I'm learning this as well. I'm talking to people for the first time ever. Maybe we may email back and forth for a couple days after original booking and doing the date and all that stuff. But it's it's a craft, and sometimes it gets difficult, and um but it's just you feel so great at the end of it because you're just like, man, like I'm stepping out of comfort zone, and you get better and better each and every time, and it gets easier and easier, just like it's a muscle that you're
Exactly,
working it
dude.
out. And
You know,
and
yeah, it was like that for me when I started interviewing like breweries, because it's totally something I don't know how to do,
mhm,
because it's like, yeah, I can interview people, but like, these are people that have a business that provide beer and alcohol to not just our city, but around the country. And it was just like, it was amazing talking to like these brewmasters and people that deal with the management part. And it was like, it's cool because now I'm like cool with some of these people. And whenever they see me, they're like, hey, man, let me go buy you a beer. Or, hey, come check us out over here. We're doing this. And it's like I built these relationships with these people that work at breweries. And it's like, it's amazing. It's awesome. Like I had to get out of my shell to do something like that because it was like, I don't want to be stuck interviewing the same fucking people over and over again. It's like, I want to do something different.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, but that's sometimes I fall into that. It's I don't know. I don't. I mean,
I think we all do. I mean,
I don't.
obviously, all of us do, especially all in our group, Jaime and Jose and Chris, we've all done that. We've all fallen, into our little shell. But, once we do come out, it's like the episode is fucking great. The person we had on was great. And we had a good time and we learned things. So it's like, we all fall to that. And I think that's what also makes us great as humans. Cause it's like, we learn from shit like that. And then like, once we do it and it's exhilarating, it's amazing. It's fun. And it's like, damn, it's like, I would never felt like this if I would have stayed in my comfort zone.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you on that one. But
Exactly.
I'm happy just to even Eddie to talk to that guy after he hasn't done any podcast in 9 months. That was fucking awesome. That like that, and then especially what we talked about. It's great, um, great content on that one, and just a powerful message on that one. And then now I'm talking to you. Like it's not face to face, but um, I mean, you haven't. When's the last time you did a podcast?
Shoot, the last time I did a and like in general or like on my own?
Just in general.
The last time I did a podcast literally had to be, I think the last time I did with you,
Yeah,
like that
exactly.
Friday.
So
And
we're
that's 2 months ago.
yeah, and I'm
So,
bringing you on again, and you came in clutch on this one. But I think just talking to people in general and conversating on different subjects, and may not be something that you were used to or comfortable with, and that's growth. When you're able to jump out of your comfort zone, that is
yeah,
organic growth.
for sure, dude. Because I was never the talkative type. Like, I was the person that kind of wanted to know people. Like, I wanted to have friends. I wanted to get to know everybody. I wanted to know, you know, but like, I was kind of always the shy kid until I got older. And I said, I really do. I kind of attribute this to my ex because she, brought me around her friends. And I initially had to stop being so like nervous and just like go up and talk to them. And, talking to them, they're interesting people. They're cool people. And some of them are my friends still today, and because of them, I got on my shell to talk to other people. And then, I even being in bands and stuff like that, I had to talk to other artists and, talk to promoters and try to book shows. So like all that kind of helped me get out of my shell and to the point where I'm like, I want to do a podcast. And, even with that, it's like, okay, well, I have to get on my shell now because this is something way bigger than me. And I have to talk to people and book them for my show, which is kind of like something I would never do. But now it's kind of like ordinary for me now. And it's like, okay. But now, like I said, that I want to evolve. It's like, okay, now it's a little more nervous because like I have to message this lawyer and I don't want to say the wrong thing because
Yeah,
it could be held liable in court. So, I don't want
that's
this guy
funny.
to like take me to court and be like, hey, so you said this and this. I'm like, fuck. It's like, I know I should have never said that, but like, it's interesting and it's exciting and it's a little nervous. But like I said, dude, I'm ready to come back. I'm still enjoying my vacation, my break and stuff like that. But like when I come back, it's gonna be something.
I bet. Yeah, and especially you're not. What are you doing in the meantime right now?
Right now, dude, I'm just
exercising your creative, whatever the fuck that we have going on with our brains. When we're a creative person, like, are you doing anything like that? I know you're in a band, right? Or you play guitar for a singer.
Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm being creative. I'm working with her. I'm, playing my own. Like, I know Jaime thought I was in a cover band, but he might
Jaime,
kind of
he's
be
not in
right.
a cover band.
Well,
Whiskey
actually,
J.
it's
All
not.
right.
It's not a cover band, but I
I
mean, we
won't
are a
plug in your
band.
podcast.
We are a band. We are going to be doing covers, practicing, but we're not a cover band. But, yeah, I mean, I didn't think I would get back into music so soon. And I say soon because I was into music for like a good 4 or 5 years. I took a break and then I started doing podcasting, and I've been doing podcasting for almost 3 years. And the last time I did a show was in June, and before that was like 5 years before that. So it was really exciting to get back on stage and let my musical, juices flow and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because music is my second love. I love baseball. I love sports. I wanted to be a baseball player when I grew up, but I slowly had to back out of that because I was like, no, I can't do that. So music was kind of my second love, and I fell into that, and I wanted to be a rock star, dude. Like, in high school, I was like, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tour. I'm gonna have a band, this and that. Ultimately, it didn't happen, but I did join a few bands, and it was fun. And then when I got out of it, it really sucked because I was like, damn, I love doing this. I love playing music. I love feeling that adrenaline going up on stage and seeing people smile and sing along and stuff like that. So, I had missed it. And then now that I'm doing it again, it's like it's kind of more rewarding. It's like, fuck, I'm finally back doing this. Now I have a band, with my friends, they understand the same feeling as me, and we're working with this girl, and we're just excited. I'm excited to see where this goes. And then, I have the podcast coming back. So I'm like, fuck yeah, this is going to be like double pleasure, doing this and also doing this, on the side and stuff like that. But musically doing on this is keeping me creative and keeping me thinking of like other stuff, oh, well, how about this or how about that, and constantly when I'm working, I'm always thinking of like stuff for the podcast. So I'm always, thinking of stuff to make it better.
Yuli, you know what that means?
Oh God. No, damn it.
Yuli Ramos.
Can't take this from me.
Tell us where we can find Inside the Northside.
Well, guys, you can find Inside the Northside on Spotify. You can find me at Apple Music. You can find me at Google Podcasts. You can find me wherever podcasts are available.
You got your link tree down here. I got my
link tree.
Instagram. Yes. I have Instagram open here. He has an Instagram.
Yes.
He's been featured on Ranting with Ramos, of course. The Mind Buzz.
The Mind Buzz.
The Long Beach Social Experiment. What else?
I've also been on Isimo, but that was a deleted episode.
All right, great. Thanks for promoting a deleted episode. Way to go on that one, bro.
Well, hey, that's a funny story about that episode, but I have to tell you about that off air. But yes, you can find me on all those things. If you guys want to support the podcast, I have t-shirts available. I got merch at the merch store. You can go to my link tree. I got an article written about me, and I might have another one coming out soon.
Another article? God damn. You're going to have two fucking articles, and I don't even have one. What the hell is going on here?
I don't know, man. Somebody just randomly messaged me with this like paper here in town, and they're like, hey, somebody recommended you, and we want to write an article about you. It's pretty much like already curated questions, and you just answer them and give them pictures. But I'm like, yeah, it's still cool, you know.
All right.
Yeah. What else? So I'm gonna officially say this on the Mind Buzz, but there will be a special thing coming in a couple of weeks. It could be an episode. It could be a venereal disease. I don't know, but there'll be something popping up on Spotify soon in a couple of weeks. So for you guys that listen, you guys support, keep an eye out for that. So
I'm excited to hear about the venereal disease. If it's not a venereal disease, then I want my money back.
Well, you might get your money's worth. Who knows? I might have a venereal disease and put an episode out. Who knows?
Dang, double hitter.
That's my last episode before I die.
Jeez. Make-A-Wish Foundation, Mind Buzz, promotion on that one.
Yes.
That's fucking awesome. You should do that. I can't wait to hear that. How long, what's the time frame on that one?
I don't know. We'll say within a couple of weeks. We'll say about 3-4 weeks.
Okay.
Like I said, it's something special. So as soon as I get my stuff ready, I'm not gonna say when. You guys will just like randomly get the notification. I'm like, oh shit, cool. He put out something new. You know, I got to keep people on their toes.
Keep them on their toes. Thanks, Uli, for stopping by and taking my phone call. Everybody go smash that subscribe button on YouTube. I'm back on YouTube. Hopefully OBS didn't screw me on this one. And that was it.
Yeah.
Thank
you for having me on, dude.
Hold on, tell me thank you one more time so we can actually get that on there.
You ready?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Thank you, Gill of the Mind Buzz, for having me back on. I really appreciate it.
No worries, man. And